Dacob here. Welcome back to the Fashion Bunker. Today I will be showing you the review of the Chanel Metiers da Paris/New York/Egypt bum bag. Now, for those of you who have watched the unboxing, which included the ASMR unboxing and the review, you've already seen this bit. But I know that a lot of you only like to watch reviews and a lot of you don't care too much for unboxings. So I have edited out purely the review snippet bit of the video that was included prior in the entire unboxing. So for those of you who are only interested in reviews, this is the video for you. You don't have to watch the unboxing. So it's kind of to facilitate finding this video also in the future for reference reasons. I hope you enjoy it either way. Thank you very much. Here we go. I've never seen so much tape attached to the hardware. Here's some more. I keep finding more. That's a bit bizarre. Way to use a lot of plastic, Chanel. I'm happy that you're not doing the crocodiles and the reptile skins anymore, but now let's try to cut down on the plastic. How about that? Let's do that as our next goal. Jeez Louise, you can't even see all the amount of these little plastic. I mean, it's kind of, I know a lot of people love the fact that like they get brand new bags, all the hardware is all pristine, sealed, covered, new. But this is a lot of plastic. Okay. Wonderful packaging anyway, the whole box. Loving this gold. This bag hit the runway of the Metiers da New York/Med/Egypt/Graffiti. It was on a look number 66. Blended in there shortly. Okay, so as you can see, a lot of graffiti. Now the entire look, now the silhouette of the clothing and maybe the drawing of the clothes was drawn by Lagerfeld or whoever for him, but the actual patterns here that you can see, the graffiti structure was created by an artist called Cyril Congo. Now, Cyril, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If I'm not, please forgive me. Anyway, I shall post a link to Cyril Congo's Instagram in the description box of my video, as well as whenever I post this bag on my Instagram profile, Super Dacob, all spelled together, my Instagram, by the way. Sorry, guys, I have a cough, so I'm kind of still struggling with the voice. So I will post Cyril's links. I do not know how Carl got in touch with Cyril, how they inspired each other, how they got in contact, why Carl decided to combine this particular artist with the concept of a Met Gala, with the concept of Metiers da, with the concept of Egypt and museum. It's all very bizarre. This entire collection definitely requires an extra separate video from my end, and I will be making one, especially because I'm acquiring several pieces from that collection. I am in love with it. It is, in my opinion, Karl Lagerfeld's swan song. I know, you know, Chanel doesn't say it's the last collection he designed, but to me, since it's the last collection he appeared in at the end of the show and bowed down to it, it's very symbolic. So to me, it is kind of the last collection, especially if you consider the fact that, you know, showcasing a fashion show in a museum in itself is some sort of I don't know. I mean, Lagerfeld has been in the fashion world for forever, so I guess it's like when Stanley Kubrick is one of the only, if not the only, film director who can pull off using Also sprach Zarathustra in his Space Odyssey movie, you know, the music, or the Blue Danube, or stuff like that. That type of music is so overpowering and strong that it can overshadow the movie. Or the movie can be really crappy and the music makes the movie. And that's very, very tricky, because if you don't have good quality stuff and then you put on really good music, the music, it's kind of lazy because of the artist, because the music takes over all the work that you should have been doing. So very few people can pull off a certain statement like that. So Stanley Kubrick could definitely pull off certain musics. Other directors cannot. Same applies to Karl Lagerfeld. So for the fact that he's showcasing fashion within a museum context elevates the fashion to something that subconsciously in our mind we automatically think needs to be preserved, needs to be showcased, needs to be positioned in a very special place where you pay entrance to visit it. It's protected by anti-seismic machinery, anti-inflammatory and fire, all that shebang, security guards. Like, you have the feeling you're really experiencing the essence of culture. Now, at the same time, I could quote Chanel herself, as she states in the book with Paul Morand, co-written with Paul Morand, The Allure of Chanel. In one of the chapters, she says, fashion needs to perish. Fashion needs to be born quickly, and it needs to die in order for the commerce aspect of fashion to survive. So at the same time, we have this juxtaposition, or perhaps the paradox. On one end, we want to preserve it, we want to collect it, well, some of us do, and we're showcasing it in a museum. But at the same time, we know that this collection lasts only those couple of months that it's in the boutiques, and then it's over, forgotten. The brand Chanel itself will delete all of its existence within a couple of months, or maybe within a year, off of their website. So you won't be even able to find the videos. Well, the videos on their YouTube channel you might still be able to find, but you won't be able to find any photographic references on the website of the past collection. So to me, very symbolic that Lagerfeld shows in a museum. And then not just that, but he shows in a museum pieces that are dedicated mostly to Egypt, and the gold, which is about eternal life or eternal youth or complete preservation and purity. And then on top of that, Egypt, and they were obsessed, Egyptians were obsessed with the afterlife being just a kind of continuation of your life. So actually, if you have enough money, you never die, in their concept of life and death. And then the utilization of all the scarabs, which is also a very famous Egyptian bug, also symbolic of life, because this little tiny bug survives in deserts, in very, very rough climates, and preserves humidity in the little tiny balls it makes out of its own poop, in which it also preserves its babies or eggs. A very fascinating creature. So the scarab is present all over the collection as well. And then we have this opulence in gold, gold, gold. And then we have Cyril Congo, which, again, we're back to the artist who made this graffiti. Many more graffiti pieces for the collection, in particular the total look, number 66 from the show 66. That's also a symbolic number, in a good way or in a bad way. You be the judge of that. So Cyril, I would love to interview you. If you ever see this video, I would love to talk to you about your inspiration for this collection, how you collaborated with Carl on this. This would be a great thing to make a video. So Cyril, if you ever watch this video, let me know if you're interested. So what Cyril did in this case is, well, if you look at the shopper, which we can blend in there, on the shopper you can see the full kind of scale graffiti writing Chanel. You have the Cha and the Nel mixed together. On the Fanny bag, or this bum bag, it's slightly different because the sizes are, well, the proportions are different and the size is different, but nevertheless we still get both the Cha and the Nel. In the back we have the CHA, and then in the front we get the N, E, and the L. I love the fact that 29 Rue CAMBON, which is most of the haute couture ateliers of Chanel, are in 29 Rue CAMBON, that's kind of in the front of this fanny bag. I know, everybody's asking themselves, why isn't it 31 Rue CAMBON? Isn't that the famous address? Yeah, but right next to 31 Rue CAMBON is 29 Rue CAMBON. And I think it's very fascinating that they're referencing 29 Rue CAMBON, also because this is a Metiers d'Art collection. So it's not haute couture, but it's in between haute couture and prêt-à-porter. And this is something Lagerfeld himself initiated, and in many interviews has stated that he had the idea to start showcasing all of the savoir-faire of all of the ateliers that Chanel has been buying up throughout the years in order to help them survive and not perish because, how difficult economy is nowadays. So to me, the fact that this is the last show that he, appeared in, and the fact that it's his last Metiers d'Art collection, which is something that he himself initiated, these Metiers d'Art collections. It's very, very symbolic. Now, the fascination of how to get to the idea or that concept of mixing Egypt with graffiti and then the Chanel style and, you know, the dryness of many Chanel designs with New York and the Met Gala, with the most cosmopolitan of cities, you know, in the world, if you want, being New York. Extremely layered, extremely textured collection, an extreme complex poem, if you want, mind-boggling. I've been rewatching it in loop and trying to figure out kind of structures and patterns behind it, even the details of certain accessories. And I hope we will be getting to some pretty soon, but I'm not gonna spill more beans on that. More surprises are coming up. Discovering secret messages in these pieces is also very, very fun. So we have the gold hardware zipper and the gold hardware metal, kind of aged gold hardware. I love this collection so much so that this is one of those rare instances, not the only one in many, many years now, where I purchased an object by Chanel made in Italy, not in France. So as you can see, this bag was made in Italy. More plastic. Okay. We have an internal compartment here. Let me just, we have our authenticity card. This is batch code begins with a 28. And then we have it on this little piece of leather repeated here. I'm going to cover it up. Very thick, silky material. Classic Chanel. I'm loving this dark, almost like dried blood. It's beyond burgundy. It's like a dried blood burgundy color. Really, really beautiful. Very rare. Almost brown. It's not brown yet. It has enough red hues in there to not be brown. I mean, brown has red in it as well, but this is not brown to me. I mean, at least to my eye, it's not. Otherwise, it's a very simple structure. That's it. You got that one compartment over there, and there is no extra zipper in the back. This is also not a pocket. This is sewn together. Fascinating to note, it's completely padded, not fluffy, soft, padded like the cocoon bags Chanel used to make. I don't know if you remember the cocoon bags, but nevertheless, it has a very it has a very concrete thickness to it. It's very, very interesting to touch. Then it has this little type of kind of plissé bent there to create the angle sewn in, as well as on this side to give it that three-dimensionality. Colors are incredible. On the runway, when I first saw the runway, I did not realize that the gold would be so gold, so in your face gold. It almost looks beige-ish when you see the photo of look number 66 from the runway. But in reality, these pieces are sprayed with real gold. I don't know how they make it. I've seen a couple of these. I've compared them. I was lucky enough to get an opportunity through my sales associate to have a couple of them, compare them, and get the one that's kind of best cut and everything. They are all slightly different. The gold patterns, I think they print them on, are slightly shifted, bigger or smaller on some pieces. So that's very fascinating. No two bags are really, really alike. And what I really enjoy, I mean, of course, here we have the leather, right? But this chain also has that thick, almost silky material interwoven into the chain instead of leather. This is old school Chanel for me. I love this detail. So much happier with this not being leather than it being leather. But then again, we have the leather here. We can prolong or shorten our strap. There are 5 holes. I will be also, of course, photographing myself wearing this bag. For now, let's just say that this Parisian / New York / Egyptian graffiti twist to the collection was a very fresh and very timeless, in my personal opinion, way for Karl Lagerfeld to say goodbye from Chanel. So thank you guys so much for watching this unboxing. It's been a special one. I have the feeling that this bag, I will use it a lot because I'm not so scared about it, you know, maybe getting a little bit wet. You know, it's very, see, it's very squishable. It's very user-friendly. So you're gonna see me with it a lot, that's for sure. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thumb up this video if you liked it. Ding! And don't forget to subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, Super Dacob all spelled together. I'm also on Patreon, Super Dacob all spelled together. Patreon, you get to see many previews of videos before they hit YouTube. Over there, the videos are also without any advertisements, so you can watch them straight through. And there are, of course, also exclusive videos and photos that are only available on Patreon. Other than that, if you want the Never Give Up on Love merch, it's right underneath the video. Between the description box, usually, and the video is the merch bar that you can scroll through. Thank you guys so much for watching. Never give up on love. Love ya. Bye.